As a man or woman in your 60s or 70s, your legs may have started feeling less reliable. You stand up from a chair and feel sudden weakness. A short walk leaves your calves tight and shaky. Stairs that once felt routine now demand effort. Most people blame age or lack of exercise, but there is a quieter culprit almost no one mentions. One ingredient that sneaks into breakfast, snacks, and so-called healthy foods, and quietly switches off your muscles' ability to stay strong. The good news is that your body can respond faster than you think. In the next few minutes, I will show you how removing this trigger and replacing it with better fuel can begin restoring leg strength noticeably again in as little as 12 hours. Right now, there is a quiet pattern happening in millions of homes. Someone in their 60s or 70s notices their legs do not feel like they used to. Getting out of a low chair takes more effort. Standing at the sink makes the thighs burn. A short walk leaves the knees sore and the calves shaky. The story people tell themselves sounds familiar. I am just getting older. My joints are worn out. Maybe I am simply weak now. But inside the body, something much more precise is going on. Your muscles are not failing because they forgot how to be strong. They are being starved and damaged at the same time. One part of this story is normal age-related muscle loss, called sarcopenia. After 60, your muscles do need more protein and more careful support. Yet the other part is rarely explained in a doctor visit. Modern eating patterns create a perfect storm for leg weakness. Many seniors were told for decades to fear fat and focus on light, low-calorie meals. Breakfast became toast, juice, a little jam, maybe a low-fat yogurt. Lunch turned into crackers, fruit, and something sweet for energy. It feels sensible and controlled, but there is a hidden cost. These foods flood your system with fast sugar and almost no protective protein. Your muscles do not just need fuel, they need the right kind of fuel at the right time. When sugar gets center stage and protein is pushed to the side, a silent shift begins. Blood sugar spikes, insulin surges, and deep inside the muscle fibers, repair work slows down. Over months and years, the change shows up in very simple ways. Climbing stairs feels heavier. Getting out of the car takes more effort. Your legs are telling the truth about what they are receiving each day. Think of your leg muscles like a savings account you have been building your entire life. In youth and midlife, every step, every climb, every chore was like a small deposit. Even if your diet was not perfect, your body was forgiving. Hormones were strong, cells were sensitive to insulin, and your muscles could bounce back from almost any insult. After 60, the rules change. Deposits become smaller, and withdrawals become larger. A simple day that used to strengthen you can now slowly drain you if the food behind it is wrong. A bowl of sweet cereal here, a glass of juice there, a couple of cookies with afternoon tea, and suddenly your muscles are bathing in sugar far more often than they are bathing in amino acids. You may not feel the damage in a single day, but your legs feel it over time. This is why you can feel both tired and restless at the same time. The brain says sit down, while the legs feel jumpy, tight, or achy. It is also why so many people say, I walk every day, but I still feel weaker. Movement alone cannot rebuild what food tears down. The first step to changing this is understanding exactly what sugar does to aging muscles and why even small amounts at the wrong times can have such a big impact. To understand why sugar is such a powerful enemy to leg strength after 60, picture what happens inside your bloodstream each time you eat something sweet or very refined. A slice of white bread, a glass of juice, a muffin, a bowl of low-fat flavored yogurt, even a so-called healthy granola bar, all behave almost the same once they hit your stomach. The starches and sugars break down quickly into glucose and fructose. Within minutes, your blood sugar rises sharply. Your body cannot allow that sugar to float around freely for long, so your pancreas releases insulin, the hormone that acts like a key. Insulin opens the doors of your cells and tells them to pull sugar out of the blood. In a younger body, muscles are eager to receive that sugar and use it for fuel and repair. In an older body that has seen decades of high sugar hits, the story changes. The muscle cells start to resist the signal. This is called insulin resistance. When your muscles resist insulin, two damaging things happen at the same time. First, the sugar stays in your bloodstream longer, where it can attach to proteins in a process called glycation. In simple terms, glycation is like sugar glue sticking to your muscle fibers and to the collagen that should keep your joints smooth and springy. Once those tissues are coated, they become stiff and less able to repair. It is as if the hinges in your legs are slowly being glued in place. Second, because muscle cells are not taking in fuel properly, your body feels tired, hungry, and unsettled, even though you have already eaten. Many seniors describe this as feeling empty in the legs or heavy and foggy at the same time. So what do most people reach for when their energy dips? Another quick snack, a sweet biscuit, a sweetened drink, a piece of bread, a bit of candy from the bowl on the table. The cycle repeats. Over weeks and months, this roller coaster has real consequences. Each sugar spike tells your body to store more fat around the middle, which further increases insulin resistance. Each crash urges you to sit more and move less. Inside the muscle fibers of your thighs and calves, normal rebuilding slows down. Strong, responsive fibers are replaced by weaker, less efficient ones, surrounded by more fat and more stiff connective tissue. On the surface, all you see is that your legs feel less trustworthy. Standing from a chair takes pushing with your arms. Carrying groceries up the stairs feels like climbing a hill. Your knees and hips complain after even a short outing. It is easy to say, age did this. The truth is more empowering. Food did this. And when food is part of the cause, changing food can become a powerful part of the solution. The encouraging part is that this damage slows as soon as sugar exposure drops. Insulin resistance eases when muscles receive steadier protein and fewer spikes. The same cells that have been struggling can respond again. The story of your legs is still changing, one meal at a time. If sugar is the quiet saboteur of leg strength, its greatest disguise is the healthy-looking food label. Most seniors are not sitting down to bowls of candy. They are trying to make sensible choices. That is exactly why hidden sugar is so dangerous. It shows up in foods that look polite, harmless, even doctor-approved. Breakfast is often the biggest trap. You wake up after an all-night fast. Your muscles are hungry for protein and minerals, so they can repair the tiny micro-tears from yesterday. Instead, many people begin the day with pure sugar in disguise. Orange juice or apple juice, even when it says 100% juice, is essentially liquid sugar without the fiber that nature built into the original fruit. Sweetened coffee creamer adds another hit. Then comes the cereal, often labeled whole grain or heart healthy, but still carrying several spoonfuls of added sugar in each serving. On top of that, low-fat flavored yogurt can hold as much sugar as a dessert. A slice or two of toast with jam or honey finishes the picture. It feels light, it feels controlled, but by 9 in the morning, your blood sugar has climbed and crashed, your insulin has spiked, and your muscles have received almost nothing they truly needed. Midday, the pattern continues. A packaged soup, a small roll, a flavored yogurt or pudding, a piece of fruit, maybe a so-called energy bar. Each one adds a little more sugar and very little muscle-building protein. By afternoon, you may feel shaky, unfocused, or simply drained. Many people call this an energy problem, but in the legs it shows up as wobbling knees, tired thighs, and a strong urge to sit. Even dinner can carry hidden sugar. Bottled tomato sauces, bottled salad dressings, glazed meats, pre-made marinades, and frozen meals often contain more sugar than people realize. Add a scoop of white rice, a soft roll, or a sweet dessert, and once again, blood sugar rises fast while muscles remain undernourished. The point is not to create fear around food. The point is to help you see the pattern clearly. If almost every eating moment includes some form of added sugar or highly refined starch, your legs are living in an environment that constantly favors breakdown over repair. Removing every trace of sugar is not necessary. What changes everything is removing it from the moments when your muscles are most vulnerable and replacing it with the one thing they have been quietly begging for all along: a solid dose of high-quality protein. When you begin to look at your day this way, you notice something powerful. It is not that you are overeating in general. It is that the balance is flipped. Sugar is loud and frequent, while protein is quiet and rare. Once you see this clearly, you can change it without complicated diets or strict rules. You do not have to count every gram or weigh every portion. You only have to protect a few key moments and give your legs what they need most when it matters most. Here is where the 12-hour turnaround begins. Your muscles respond quickly when you stop pouring sugar on their open wounds and start feeding them real building blocks. The very first place to intervene is the first meal of your day. Think of breakfast as the moment you choose who will be in charge of your legs for the next 12 hours, sugar or strength. When you wake up, your muscles are in repair mode. They have been breaking down old cells and trying to rebuild through the night. They are primed to absorb amino acids, the pieces of protein that become new muscle fiber. If you give them a strong source of protein within the first hour or two of your day, you send a clear signal: repair first, build first. If instead you give them juice, cereal, and bread, you send the opposite message: spike first, store first. So what does a leg-friendly breakfast look like for someone over 60? It is built around protein before anything sweet. For example, 2 or 3 eggs cooked any way you like, perhaps with some spinach or leftover vegetables. Or a bowl of plain Greek yogurt with a handful of nuts and a few berries for gentle sweetness. Or a piece of baked fish or chicken if you enjoy savory meals in the morning. Each of these options delivers 20 to 30 grams of high-quality protein, along with healthy fats that steady your blood sugar. The difference you feel can be surprising. After a protein-rich breakfast, many people notice that their legs feel more grounded, their energy is smoother, and they are less hungry all morning. The urge to reach for a sugary snack at 10 a.m. fades. Your muscles finally receive what they needed at the very moment they were most ready to use it. From that first shift, the 12-hour clock begins. With stable blood sugar and steady amino acid levels, your body reduces the frantic insulin spikes that drive glycation. Inflammation in the muscles starts to calm. Instead of pulling protein out of your legs to keep your blood sugar stable, your body can pull gently from stored carbohydrate and fat while preserving muscle. By the evening of that very first day, many people are surprised that climbing the stairs or standing at the sink feels a little easier. The change may be small at first, but it is noticeable. That is not imagination. That is your muscle fibers receiving a different instruction set for the first time in years. And the more days you repeat this pattern, the stronger that signal becomes. This does not mean you can never enjoy something sweet again. It means sweet foods move to the background instead of taking the lead role. A small piece of fruit after a protein-rich meal is completely different from a glass of juice on an empty stomach. A square of dark chocolate with a handful of nuts in the afternoon is different from a sweet pastry on its own. When protein leads and sugar follows, your muscles stay in building mode instead of breakdown mode. That single shift in your first meal can set off a chain reaction that benefits every step you take that day. Once your breakfast is working for you instead of against you, the next step is to build a simple daily eating rhythm that keeps sugar under control and keeps protein front and center. You do not need a complicated meal plan. Think of it as 3 anchors and 2 gentle supports. The anchors are your main meals, each with enough protein to tell your legs, "We are rebuilding today." The supports are small, steady snacks that prevent crashes without flooding you with sugar. At each main meal, aim for a clear source of protein first. This might be fish, chicken, eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, tofu, lentils, or lean beef. For most older adults, 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal is a powerful target for muscle maintenance. That is roughly the amount in a palm-sized piece of meat or fish, or in a heaping cup of Greek yogurt. Once you have chosen your protein, you add colorful vegetables for vitamins and fiber, then slow, complex carbohydrates like sweet potatoes, oats, or quinoa if you want them. Notice what comes last. If you choose something sweet, it should be a small portion, and it should follow the protein and fiber, not lead the way. A few berries after lunch, a thin slice of whole grain toast with a little nut butter, or a small baked apple with cinnamon after dinner will hit your system very differently than cookies before a meal or sweet drinks between meals. Your blood sugar rises gently instead of surging, and your muscles stay in a safer range. For snacks, the rule is simple. If a snack does not contain some protein or healthy fat, it is probably not helping your legs. A handful of nuts, a piece of cheese, a boiled egg, a spoonful of peanut butter on slices of cucumber or apple, a few spoonfuls of plain yogurt, all of these keep your muscles fed without sending sugar sky high. Water also becomes part of this blueprint. Dehydration makes blood thicker and circulation slower, which means less oxygen and fewer nutrients reaching your calves and thighs. Many older adults mistake thirst for hunger and reach for something sweet when a glass of water or herbal tea would have helped more. Sip steadily through the day rather than gulping large amounts at once. As these habits settle in, label reading turns from a burden into a quiet skill. You begin to spot the many names of sugar on packages, and you choose a version with less added sweetness when you can. You do not need to be perfect. Every step that lowers your daily sugar and raises your daily protein is a step toward stronger legs and more confident walking. Most people are surprised by how quickly these small choices add up. Within a week, many notice that their usual afternoon slump is softer or gone. Within 2 weeks, their nightly tossing and turning eases because blood sugar is not swinging wildly while they sleep. Within a month, the mirror shows steadier posture, and everyday tasks like rising from the couch or stepping into the bathtub feel less risky. None of that comes from a miracle pill. It comes from feeding your legs like they matter. 3 times a day. Changing the way you eat after 60 is not just about food. It is also about habits, comfort, and emotion. Sugar has been woven into celebrations, stress relief, and daily routines for decades. So it is normal to feel a little uncertain at first. The key is to think in terms of an experiment, not a life sentence. Give your legs 2 focused weeks and let them show you what is possible. In the first 3 or 4 days, the main change you may notice is craving. Your brain has grown used to quick sugar hits, especially at breakfast and in the evening. When you remove them, it may protest. You might find yourself thinking about bread, biscuits, or dessert more often. This is not a sign that you are failing. It is a sign that the old pattern is losing its grip. Drinking water, eating enough protein, and keeping healthy snacks within reach will help you ride out this first stretch. Around day 5 to 7, something interesting often happens. Your energy begins to feel smoother. Mornings feel less heavy. Standing up and walking across the room feels slightly easier. You may notice that your ankles and knees ache a bit less by the end of the day, or that you no longer feel desperate for something sweet at 10 at night. These are early signs that inflammation is calming and that your muscles are finally getting steadier support. By the end of week 2, many people report real functional changes. They can climb a flight of stairs without stopping. They can walk to the mailbox and back without needing to lean on the wall. They can stand in the kitchen to cook a simple meal without their thighs burning. None of this means their legs are suddenly 20 years old again, but it does mean the direction has changed, from decline to rebuild. Beyond those first 2 weeks, the goal is not strict perfection. Life will include birthdays, holidays, and evenings out. The difference now is that you will understand what your legs need on most days. When you do choose something sweet, you will know how to cushion it with protein and how to return to your normal pattern at the next meal. Instead of feeling guilty, you will feel in charge. With time, many older adults discover an unexpected gift. As sugar leaves center stage, other sources of pleasure and comfort grow stronger. The satisfaction of climbing a hill without fear. The joy of walking through a park with grandchildren and not worrying if your knees will give out. The quiet pride of knowing that you did not simply accept weakness as your fate, you chose to feed strength instead. Your doctor may even begin to notice changes that you cannot see. Blood pressure that is easier to manage, blood sugar readings that look steadier, cholesterol patterns that slowly improve. Remember, the same sugar that harms your leg muscles also harms your heart, your brain, and your blood vessels. Every sugary food you replace with a protein-rich choice is not only protecting your legs, it is protecting your future. Stronger steps today become fewer falls next year, more independence, and more days where you decide what you can do, not your symptoms. If your legs have been warning you with every step, this is your moment to respond. You do not need a perfect diet, a gym membership, or expensive powders. You need one clear decision. Stop letting hidden sugar call the shots, and start feeding your muscles the strength they have been asking for. Begin tomorrow morning. Build your breakfast around protein instead of sugar, and watch how the rest of your day changes. Then repeat that choice as often as you can. If you want more simple, science-based guidance to stay strong, mobile, and independent after 60, please subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a new lesson. And before you go, tell me in the comments which sugary food you are most ready to replace this week and what you will choose instead. Your story might be the encouragement another person needs tonight.